Hello, stargazers, and welcome back to Animal Crossing. I have a camel tea with honey, and we have got Fang out of bed to decorate his house. I'm really excited. I feel like it's been a while since we've done one of these, and I feel like I say that every time because, I don't know, somehow everything's come up and then it ends up being forever. And also, I'm gonna be honest, I was kind of putting off Fangs for a bit because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do for it. Um, we'll see. I think I've got this idea in my head that I want to get a piece of the ice set in somewhere, but I haven't worked out what or where. But I don't want to make the whole thing icy. I don't want to look too similar to the other ones. I feel like his style and taste is quite similar to like Molly's. So we'll start with the exterior as always, but I hope you're doing well today. Have you been inspired to reinvigorate your island recently? When's the last time you checked on your villagers? I feel like I like the pointy one because it matches his ear shape. And then we could do like a gray for his ears. I don't know. That seems a little like cold for him. I think he's... Or we could do like the black for his little snoot. I don't... I feel like I'm overthinking things already. Let's go with the black towel and have it be for like his little snoot. And then we'll get some nice paneling of some sort. Or something with like a little more green in it, I think. I don't know. The metal just seems very cold, but not in the way I'm looking for him, you know? Maybe the light gray stucco, because it's got the gray and it's almost white, like his little snout. And then we could do a black door for his nose, maybe. I feel like he'd have fancy glass. He's a very dignified wolf, Fang is. Though he's not an old man, I don't know why they made that just cranky villager's whole personality. It's kind of strange. Ooh. I mean, maybe the gray is the shout. We could alternatively do purple for his eyeshadow. Eyeshadow? I mean, if I look at the placement, I think eyeshadow. I don't think it's meant to be eyeshadow. But purple could maybe be fun. But how has life been recently for you? I hope it has been kind. I know that I've been a little bit all over the place. And I'm going to be in days to come. But this will go out after... When is this going out? I'm not quite sure. I thought I knew, and then I remembered that actually I didn't want to do 2 decorating videos back to back. So you will have seen them before this. So it'll probably be like another 2 weeks after I record it. So I think I like this door. I think we'll go with like the gray. I like the crest. I think he'd like it. I know it does partially cover the door design, but I think I stray away from using the door decorations kind of often because they do cover the door. Yeah, I think that is a suitable exterior. It's very simple, but we'll make sure his garden is nice and vibrant. It's fine. Yeah, I'm ready to chat about the interior. I think I'd like to include at least some of his initial pieces. I'm not sure if I remember what's in here initially. So fun fact, which I think I've said before, but it might have been on stream. I actually designed Fang's like holiday home forever ago. We're talking at least a year, maybe 2 at this point. And that footage just sat on my PC somewhere. So I kind of don't want to repeat what I did there, especially because I've got much smaller space to work with. We might keep this bed. I think I'm saying I think a lot. I'm so sorry. Something I want to do is not put the bed up here or down here. Because I feel like these are my go-to bed spaces. So I think we're going to try and put it in the bottom left. And just do things a little differently. I might replace that bed, but for now we'll keep it as that one. I'm going to move this over for now. I quite like him having the books in the fireplace. I think he would love to read by a cozy fire. We are going to change the music. Maybe get him a different music player. I feel like he'd have a proper record player. Fang does not strike me as the type to have that. I've also always imagined him as being a writer, as like a hobby. I think his actual hobby is hairdressing or something, but I feel like writing suits him. So in this case, I think I'm gonna lean more towards the image I've gained over however many games, as opposed to what is actually known. But I do remember the whole thing with him was that with his color, he used to like blend into the snow and things. I think he's meant to be an Arctic wolf. So I want to get something nice and cold in here so he feels comfy in his space. And I feel like it would be really interesting to use the icy set because I never do. I'm just not sure what. Maybe we change his bed house. I think it would be really sweet actually if we put a wall here and separate his bedroom a little bit and then have it so that he has just like, he doesn't like to admit that he still finds comfort and solace in the little cold corner. And he's kind of designed the rest to be very cozy and have a certain, I guess, to give off a certain impression to visitors. But in his own personal space, he doesn't mind just reverting back to what is more comfort focused. Can we change the bed to be more white? I think the ice is fine in its original color. There we go. Just like he curls up in his like soft white ice bed. And it's the one place where he can really just unwind and cool off. I think the pajamas don't need to be on display. This lamp feels too modern. I want to lean more into the antique-y vibe. I don't really think he has room for a bedside table because I've made this tiny little corner here. Maybe we could put a new music player in this corner, actually. I'm thinking the big record player and have... Is that weird? It can't hurt to try. Is there any music you've been listening to lately? I need to build a new playlist for my next D&D character, and I'm kind of at a loss with her. But I know that once I have one underway, it'll really help me with getting into character and kind of envisioning who she is, because I'll be able to identify what does and doesn't make sense for her. But right now I haven't reached that stage yet, and this is just a great reminder I need to do that. It's kind of fun. And who knows, maybe I will pluck some things from my other druids playlist, because I think she's going to be a druid, which is fun. Because if you don't know, I don't think these come in the right colorways what I'm thinking of, and I feel like there's not enough for the kitchenette set, so we're going to go with the system kitchen. But if you don't know, I'm going to be in a D&D actual play on Twitch in... talking about future time. When you're viewing this in the current future, for me, it gets a little confuddling. Confuddling? Confuzzling? Next month, theoretically. But wait, will this go out in August? In August, theoretically, I will be playing in a D&D actual play, which I'm really nervous about, but also excited. But it's currently looking like I will be playing a druid. I won't say more than that. Mostly because a lot of her stuff is subject to change, and she's not that developed currently. Oh, do we get a double door refrigerator? Or like a separate? I want to look at customizations. Do you want to give him a nice fridge? Because obviously cool stuff really matters to him. So like a nice blue one. I mean, we could go with the silver actually. Lean more into the silver wolf thing. I'm not opposed to getting some silver in here. Maybe the dark wood. I think dark woods, silvers, whites, ice. When was the last time you messed with your villagers? Clearly, is it the kind of thing where if you have done it, you've done it all at once, or are you like me and you have to spend time between because it's a lot? I worry if I do them too close together, then they won't be different enough. Because without thinking about it, I'll fall into the same kind of patterns. I don't think I have room for like a big bathroom, but I want to give him a bath. Because I like the idea of him having just ice cold baths and just like Fang likes a cold plunge, you know? Just a place where he can cool off, especially with the heat at the minute. I don't know how things are where you are, but here it's so hot. And I know it's not as bad as other places in the UK. So for those of you stuck in the heat, I am so very sorry. Do I use the frozen table? No, I think I do want to keep the frozen stuff hidden, or as like implication, you know? Or things that could be made cold for him, but he doesn't necessarily have showing off. That's not down here. I think maybe I want to put like a little table thing where he can eat at. I don't know whether we might have to use our imagination and just pretend he moves a chair to over there, because I don't think we have room for chairs and what I'm thinking of. I just wish you'd make them just like a little bit bigger in the houses, you know? Like, I would pay my money to expand on their houses. Give me a little more room to work with, please. I don't know what kind of lamps he uses. I suppose that's a futurist problem. We'll see how the room's going though. I definitely want to give him a typewriter. Fang strikes me as the type 2 is a typewriter. I think a clawfoot tub. Like a clawfoot tub for a nice ice bath in this corner. What are our color options? Do we have maybe the blue? Because it is kind of the same shade as the ice. We'll get another partition wall. I need to work out. Part of me is thinking maybe I try and actually use this wall because I never use it. Maybe we divide here. I wish I could just a teeny bit, but that will do. We could put like a towel rack on the wall or something. It's not much of a bathroom, but he's a dog. He can go piddle outside. We have public bathrooms, I'm sure. It won't be a problem. I'm sorry, Fang. Oh, no, that blocked the fridge. I've given myself a very weird space here. Maybe I should look at some other dividers outside or partition walls. I think we'll get some pot racks hanging behind the kitchen. It's kind of weird redecorating how, especially knowing that IRL will be moving in the next however many months. It's kind of strange to decorate in videos, because I'm gonna have to actually think about this to a lesser extent soon. I think an event fan. I never really use these, but I definitely want to include more things that would subtly hint to changing the heat a little bit. A light switch is important, honestly. I'm not opposed to the silver just because I do want those silver accents in there because he is like a silvery wolf. Air conditioner. Should we put an air conditioner above his bed? So we don't really have air conditioning units in the UK. At least we didn't. I think they're becoming more commonplace, but we don't have one. I don't even have a proper fan. I just have a little handheld one. I think it makes perfect sense for Fang to have air conditioning and just keep his place super cool. Let's move this down a little bit because he needs to be able to reach it. There we go. Maybe I'll change this back wall here to be an accent wall. I do think the floor will be changing. Maybe to one of the fancy wooden design ones. These ones. Let's try this for now. Because I want it to be... It's sweet. I want it to be warm, but not... Actually, what's the blue is too pastel. Whereas this feels maybe a little too... Ooh! Maybe a little too dark. I don't know. I'm just not big on herringbone. People might think this is the best choice. Do I oppose my natural instincts and go with the herringbone? My wonderful boyfriend will approve. He likes the herringbone floor. I don't know. Something about it just visually annoys me. I don't know. It bothers me in a way I can't explain. I mean, we could also try the blue molded wool. I might have to go and get that vent fan back. I never use these. I don't think they quite lend themselves to the ice, but I really like them actually. Wait, these are so fun. Who do I have that this could work for outside of Fang? Oh, does this change the whole house? Whatever options do we have? I guess there is the gray, which I also have never used. So if I am trying to challenge myself, they are options. Things are suddenly going a very different direction. No, ramshackle. I thought that was icy for a second. That feels too hard. The whole place being tiled feels very sterile. I don't like that. But I would be tempted to use this as the accent wall for over here, actually. Because I feel like it works for both a kitchen and a bathroom. I'm going to see if I just grab one of these, how that looks with that as that accent wall. I feel like that's quite modern yet classy. Maybe we change the wood tones after all. I know I was initially leaning more warm, but maybe we go a little cooler? Oh, it's kind of more modern. I'm not sure that I'm opposed though. We could go with the white. He does like white. This is a pivot. This is it's good to be adaptable. I really like this. I might change the floor. Maybe that one would work now though. Oh, this is very modern. We'll probably end up changing this out. Maybe we could put a bookshelf behind the desk. Because he definitely has an extensive library. He's part of Molly's book club for sure. I'm sure that he... Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he feels particularly passionate about a book. He comes back and he's just like on his little typewriter and up a whole multi-page review, extensively pulling like comparisons and references. And Molly is too nice and Whitney loves him too much to say no, so they read it and enjoy it and are educated and like, wow, that was really informative and a great read. But then they end up for the next book club just talking about his previous review. And who else is in the book club? I'm trying to think who else might be in the book club. Eon might be. I don't think it's so much Renee's thing. I think if it's something that they can convince Rod will have pirates in action and he can become his shop, but otherwise doesn't so much. I think Rod is a member because he wants to always improve himself, you know, so he thinks this is really good for him, but a lot of the time he ends up skipping it. Or just forgets because he's so busy doing other stuff. That's the idea I have for her. Oh, we could do a little bit of dark brown's no bad thing. Like the white, I think just isn't quite fancy enough, you know, and this is too light. So we can bring back a little bit of a dark brown. I don't see anything wrong with that because we don't have a good... I wish we had a more vintage looking bookshelf. This feels too cold again. Ooh, maybe we put these little shelves over here. I use them a lot, but they're just so good. It's a shame the walls are like this. Yes, I want to be able to walk in here. There is. I think I'll get told off for blocking the entrance. I have this horrible habit of wanting to include so many things and then the game getting sad at me because they can no longer function. I want some kind of counter here. Maybe the covered counter, because I know that's what Whitney has, and I feel like it would be kind of cute for them to match, but unfortunately I don't think the wood tones are going to work with us here. Just the regular counter table might have options. I want to push it out a bit so you can actually walk in there. There's just like the white. This has shifted so much from my original vision. But sometimes that's nice. I'm not opposed. See what I mean though by I don't need to put a chair in here? So we're just gonna have to pretend that they are stored away and get brought out if you guys get sofa. Or, you know, you bring your own chair. They don't really host. I don't think Fang is much of a host. I think Whitney comes over and that's kind of it. He clears the whole space for birthday parties, but other than that, it's not so much his thing. Typically, they'll host at Whitney's or go to Molly's. Or I don't think Audie be in the book club. I think every now and again they probably, you know, what'd be really cute is if they had like guests. So every however long they'd get in another villager that's not a member of the book club and be like, what do you like reading? And we'll all take a look at that and see the appeal. So Audie probably bring in some magazines or something. And I can see Whitney getting really into certain sections of that. And Molly too. And Fang is a little confused, but he's got spirit, you know? I might start looking into clutter. I don't know how many big pieces we can fit in here. I do think some classic paintings would be appropriate though. Maybe the mysterious painting? Because it looks kind of like a... Let's look at the wool pieces. That's where I start adding more clutter. It's probably best to just go check in. Oh no, I lost my towel. I wish you could make this a little short. I mean, maybe we could mess with partitions. And see if I could do something that way to get a little bit more out of this space. Because I do feel a little stuck. And this is my own fault. I need a bigger room. Just a full-on snowflake on the wall. Maybe was it the mysterious painting I was looking at? I like the dynamic paint, but I feel like the frame doesn't so much fit. I mean, maybe the scenic painting. I can't work out if that's the real fake one, but that's fine. I gotta remember how to... There we go. Like a nice snowy scene in his bedroom that he just like looks at before he goes to bed. Yeah, that seems very Fang. Oh, you know what we do need? Because she has one of him. He definitely has Whitney's photo on his little bedside fireplace. We'll probably swap this with the bookshelf. I think maybe the white frame. Oop, not that one. Oops. Oh, how sweet. I love making up. Or like, well, I wouldn't say I'm fully making up Fang and Whitney's relationship. They have been very sweet across multiple games for me. And had some very cute dialogue at times. Oh, wait, hold up. I have an idea. If we... Drat, there's not enough room here. I was like, I could do some work with this space over here. What if I rotate the bath? And then make the bathroom even smaller? I'm so sorry, Fang. But then he could have a proper little table over here, like a little breakfast nook. If I rotate things, can I get a little more space out of this? Oh, Fang, I have wonderful news. I might have worked out a way to give you actual seating. We can try. I'll certainly try for you, buddy. I'm gonna remove that for now. Don't worry, I'll make it work if I can. There is an idea. An idea is forming. Can I make it work? We'll see. Your light switch might have to be somewhere really weird. I'm sorry. Just all the lights are controlled from this back wall. It just feels wrong not to have any, but I think if I were to put this here, it partially blocks the window, but it's still usable. Right? I wish that the thing was maybe... I need to double things a teeny bit. I think, well, no, for sure. Since last time I've done Animal Crossing decorating, I've been playing Paralyzed. I was like, wow, I miss Paralyzed controls right now. Just let me nudge it a little bit. Let me stretch and shrink things, please. Have you played Paralyzed? I know that a lot of people obviously put it aside for now until the next update, and that is very fair. I know I'm playing less, but I'm still getting a lot of joy out of it, and I'm happy it exists. What if I know I'm complaining about floor space, but like, what if he had a freezer instead? Does he need an actual kitchen? Can I just give him a freezer? Would it be really strange to eat at a like use the roof of the freezer as a table? Multi-purpose? Is that... Can I put stuff on the freezer? I can't believe I'm considering this, but I am. Let me just grab like a coffee cup. Can I put it on top of there? Drat. Well, it was a fun idea. I think... I don't know what I'm doing with this kitchen. That's what I think. Like a tinier... a tinier kitchen. What are our kitchen options? There is the compact kitchen. Then he has no sink though. I mean, the marble... I did think when the marble came out that maybe that would be... It might be worth redoing Whitney's. Because I feel like the marbles have to pair our house very well. But then they kind of have seating there. Oh, this might save me. Items I forgot existed. And then if we get the little compact kitchen back... Actually, it's not even necessary, is it? Because there's a thing on that. Right. Okay. What? What even... I could put like a little table for like when you come in that could be used for either food prep, or alternatively, I could put like the bag of groceries on it. Maybe no tools for you, Fang. I'll see what else I can get you. But pivoting, new direction, fun times. I like this. I feel hopeful. I feel good about this. I think we'll end up with a better build for it. Maybe like a little knife rack. Just like over here. That's fine. Maybe I just put wall decor. I'm kind of inclined to put like... I was initially going to use the more floral sconces, but I'm thinking maybe this. I'm also realizing that maybe it's fun that his house contrasts Whitney's a bit, because they are very like the same but different, you know? Maybe it's fun that his house is a little bit more modern. We'll add a little wall shelf over here. I wish it was longer, but it will do. What does this blue look like? No, we'll go white. It's safe to say this isn't looking like any of my other houses. I'm very happy about this. I think there is a blue that's like this kind of... Oh. switch? Are you good? I mean, it does kind of go with the ice, actually. Alright, and it's silver. Perfect. Okay. Oh, this is exciting. And the light switch can go back. Wait, I can put the light switch back. Fang, I have great news. I never even been sorting out your desk office situation, but it's okay. We'll move these a little higher. Put the light switch under. Ignore the... Oh. I want to give him his light switch back. Maybe I just remove that and just have cabinets there and then put, I don't know, like a shelf or something. Maybe he's just so good at storing stuff he doesn't need more. A little more storage above the floor, perhaps? I'm curious what the options are for this. Like a travel book, maybe? Above the bed? Like I said, he's a reader. Maybe we could also swap out that then. If I don't want to go too all in on the books. Perhaps a divider or something would be better. I wish I could travel this just like a teeny bit. Oh, what if we rotate this? It's coming together. It's coming together. I'm getting ideas. But if I shuffle it, then it... Oh, wait. What if we have his little office, like, studio thing in the corner, so, like, he can go tuck himself away, you know? Perfect. And then if he wants to go change the music, he can go here. And I need to find a wall situation for the bathroom, but it's okay. How hard you need to find a good divider? I think Fang likes a candlelit bath. I really do. I get that vibe from him. So we'll get you one. Don't worry. Don't worry, buddy. Oh. Oopsie. I'm using my cinema roll controller, and sometimes I forget where buttons are. It's a very cute controller, though. I know I've shown it on stream before. If you're curious, it is... Oh, what are they called? We do a lot of Switch case stuff. Game Share, Geek Share, something like that. If you just look up cinema roll controller, it'll probably come up. But it works with both my Switch and my PC. Not that I play PC games that require a controller very often. Still, though, I appreciate it. What was the other painting I was considering using? Ah! Mysterious painting. I do want to put that on the wall over here. Maybe it'll inspire a book he's writing or something. Just ignore the placement, okay? Sometimes you just have to work with what you've got. And then we'll get him a nice little desk. I was considering putting the box of records down, but I don't know if I have room anymore. Space is just a consistent issue of that build, and I'm okay with that because it's a fun challenge. Oh, I had a thought. The thought has left me. Is there anything you'd like to tell me or talk about? I am open to conversation in the comments. And just comments in general, I do take on board. In fact, the video you're going to see before this one is a game suggestion by a commenter. Because I thought that would be fun. And I did have a lot of fun with it. I'm always open to suggestions for other titles in either the comments or in my Discord, which does exist. Or also you can come into the stream chats. You're always welcome. Where are desks? You know what game I have been thinking about recently? Palia. I feel this pull to go back. But I'm a little intimidated because I haven't played since like they added the whole new area. And I'm scared. I've always been kind of on top of it with Palia, so for there to be a whole new big bit that I haven't seen, it's a little scary. And I'm sure everyone will be super lovely and supportive, but I don't know what I'm doing. How do I make this bathroom accessible? But also, you know, interesting. Well, I need a tiny divider, just like a little one, a narrow one. Ah! I don't think he necessarily needs a window into his bathroom. I think that might be a slight problem. What about just a simple panel? They're not that big. Here we go. I wish it was taller, but it will do. Maybe put like a fun design on it. Like the lattice. Alternatively, I could go look at the walls again. We could build something out of pillars. I don't do that often enough. Like the simple pillar. You know what? Let's do that. There you go, buddy. Some privacy. It doesn't quite match the rest of your house, but... Oh, wait. If I move one over here, then suddenly it's a pillar. Don't need never that. Can I fit a second? There we go. Can I fit through that gap? That is a really important question. I'm so sorry, Fang. I'm making your own bathroom very hard to access. But you can get in. Well, at least he doesn't have to worry about anyone barging in, despite the lack of door. It's really hard to get in. Right. What else we got? Something in here that's jumping out at me. Not particularly. Let's get this desk set up, shall we? I feel like we're nearing the end of this. I think it might be taking me longer than usual. Maybe because I'm out of practice. Maybe it isn't taking me longer than usual and I just have forgotten how long these take. But I hope you like the result. I'm pleasantly surprised with how this has shifted from my original vision for it. Oh, I'm in the wrong node. Whoops. I think the den desk here was what I was thinking. I haven't even added clutter yet. I think I want to go with the redwood match the bookshelf. Because I like the idea that it was kind of one built-in, but you can't really easily do that. It does mean it won't match with the music player. Do we have to like, what is the dark wood? Kind of also matches. It matches the record player, and I feel like the lighting and what you see of it, it's fine. I'd rather it match the record. Let's get some chairs. What kind of chairs are we thinking for you, buddy? I would give you just like a frozen throne, but I don't think that's really the vibe. I think an elegant chair, because I do still want to keep some bits that are more refined and regal for him. I know I changed a little bit, but I think some of his stuff is still quite old. I think we'll have it this way so it's like he's just got off the chair and left it kind of out. And at his bar... Maybe the vintage stool? Because it's another piece I don't really use in the silver. Oh, please fit. Please fit. Can I just... Why you like this game? Why? Why? I miss halftime. Maybe we do pretend that the seats are just stored under it. A little bit theater of the mind, you know? Never hurt anyone. We'll have this one, if I can move it forward and have this one so it kind of looks like... Maybe I put it over here so it looks like this one's been pulled out. Apparently Fang just has this habit of leaving his stuff out a bit. It's fine. You know? Just... His house is very lived in. That's gonna annoy me. Maybe not. Just pretend they're tucked under. Just pretend they're tucked under. Sometimes you gotta play pretend a bit with this game, and it's okay. I love it anyway. I need a little singular tile table for the entranceway. Honestly, maybe the podium bit reversed, because then it kind of looks like a fancy entrance table-ish. I can't rechange the color. Is that gonna annoy me? Perhaps. What about this study curl, but if I change the color? I will be putting myself back into the light switch crisis. I kind of think that's maybe good looking? Maybe? Buddy, I think you're just gonna have your rare house with no light switches. I hate to break it to you. It's just not happening. No, I do like that shelf. I'll bring the shelf back. And then on top of that, we will add a... What's it called? Words. Or alternatively, we could have the wall shelf with bottles up here. That might be neater, because then it's a little more cohesive because it goes across both. And then I want to get the grocery bag and put that in there. Ugh. What is, like, food shop delivery like where you are? Because we had to get a food shop delivered this week, and it was awful. They replaced so many things, and because of how we did it, we couldn't say no. And I'm gonna put it this way, none of us eat meat in this household apart from the animals, and there were swaps for things that we could not eat. And that the animals could not eat, so we just had to give away. I'm looking for a fun food for him to put on the table. A little frozen treat for Fang, yes. I think it'd be really fun if he's got like a nice hot drink there, and then he also just has one, because this is his home and he was the last person in here. Something nice and cold. Or, oh, maybe I want to give him a cold drink actually. Like a cold drink to go with his cold snack. Nothing's really jumping out at me. I think he likes coffee. I think he likes coffee cold, but he doesn't like to order an iced coffee, so he just lets it go cold. That's the kind of person I think Fang is. You know what? The coffee cup can stay. I think he is a coffee drinker, but just specifically cold. I don't know anything about coffee. I don't know if that's the thing you can do, or like if it tastes weird if you do that. But that's what we're going with. I think he likes a classic. I think the vanilla and chocolate. Although the soda looks really good, I think vanilla and chocolate. I do also need to add lights. But we're really getting there. I need to give him his typewriter. That was the key foundation element of this house, and I got so thrown off. I'm so sorry, buddy. Maybe I swap out the... kind of thinking maybe I swap out the books there because he has the ones above his bed for a little candle for some candlelit reading, you know? And it matches the style of the one he has in the bathroom. Which I think he also now needs a new towel rack, if I'm remembering correctly. There's not really room for records anymore, so we'll just say he's tidied them away. Did I? No. There is the typewriter. There we go. I like this. It feels like it's Fang's house, which was my hope, my desire with this. I think this works very nicely for him. I think it's a good mix between him trying to like keep up with the times, but also that more classic vibe that he enjoys, and a space that is cool and feels like home and he can be comfortable in. Which is my hope for any of my villagers. I don't want to give them a house that they couldn't live in, you know? It's meant to be a place that they consider home and will like want to come back to at the end of the day. Which is what home should be. I hope that's what home is for all of you. Guys, I lost the towel rack. Am I being really silly? I am. Where is it? Towel rack, towel rack. Hello? Aha! Oh, to be fair, I could also give him a shower. I forget that that exists every time. I assume it has to be... Yeah, you can have a shower too. Bang, there you go. Just maybe don't turn it on with the candles lit. Can he still see that? How obtrusive is that? It's just a very small towel. It's fine. If that's just a hand towel and the one on top is a full-size towel, it's fine. Or alternatively, can I fit on it in the wall next to the candle? How big did I make this back? Oh, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. He's so fine. I'm sorry, Fang. I didn't mean to... Yeah. Shopping. Where is the food shop? I think that I'm willing to call his house done. It's taken me around an hour, I think. But I loved every moment of it. Truly so different to what I was envisioning initially. Maybe we'll add some rugs. And then... Where are they? No, I've gone too far. They see it. They... Yes, I did. Every time I don't do any decorating for a while, I have to remind myself what's in the game. Look at how lovely this is. Oh, Fang! I hope you like it. I know there are resemblances in places. Now I'm looking at it, I'm like, I think I've done the fireplace in the bedroom before, but that's okay. Is it okay? No, that's okay. I think the fireplace is there mostly for Whitney's benefit. I don't think he's that fussed. He mostly has it for the vibes. He doesn't really want his house to be that hot. That's why he has the air conditioner to balance out any heat from it. I think the enamel lamp, actually. I like the idea of him having this kind of... this mix of hard and cold in his space because he kind of gives off this graphic expression, impression sometimes. But if you get to know him, you know, he's just a big softie. And it makes sense for his space to have hints of that cold initial first impression. But then you get to see him and you're like, oh no, this is just a good boy. He's lovely. And I kind of feel like he doesn't need an overhead light in there because he's got that one, and I kind of feel like same with there. I think for the bedroom, I want to get, again, to line up this idea that he's much softer than his lighting on. I think he has one of the milk glass lamps. The blue one. Just like above his bed. So that way he can read at night should he so desire. Not necessarily by candlelight every time, because eye strain is a real thing. We'll look at rugs, but I'm quite content to leave that almost there. think it's come a long way. Right, what have we got for rugs? Is there anything that fits? I think this is big, from what I recall. Just a little bit. I was gonna say maybe I get away with like it as a snowflake thing. We do have the little frozen floor tiles. Could I fit that in the bathroom? We just ignore it? Just ignore it, okay? I'm giving him the bathroom he so desires. It's a nice cold... His bathroom and his bedroom are his places where he can just enjoy the cold. Maybe give him like a nice fluffy rug for the kitchen. When he's doing the dishes and stuff. A little soft feet there. This is a side tangent. If you've stuck around this long, I think you can hear this story. And I really, really hope the person this is about doesn't show up in this comment section. Because I'm so sorry. This isn't like me mocking or having any ill will towards you. It's just a strange thing. All this to say, I encountered the same person not once but twice on 2 different platforms in 2 different chats, one of which was my own and one of which was of completely different friends. So I was modding for a friend on their YouTube stream and they were playing Animal Crossing and this person came into chat and they were just really into Fang's feet. It was a strange conversation. Eventually I think they got banned. Cut to like over 6 months, maybe even over a year later, and they stopped by my Twitch chat. I guess at least it wasn't like a one-time bit. This is a genuine thing that person cares about, but also what are the odds? And how many other streams have I gone into looking for people with Fang in their town to talk about their feet? So if you've ever counted them, let me know. Because I'm suspecting that it's probably happened to more people than just the 2 of us. But they also obviously didn't recognize me from my username, even though I was moderating that other chat. Because it was a different platform and it's a long time, I'm not surprised. But it was so strange to see them show up in my chat. And after like a couple messages, it clicked exactly who they were. And I don't know. I've never experienced something like that before. As far as people coming in and leaving weird comments, I'm glad it wasn't like a comment towards me. But it was such a strange situation. And doing Fang's house, obviously it makes me think of that. So I was just curious if anyone had encountered them or had similar stories of strange run-ins like that to share. I'm gonna give him the nice cold effect on his bed. I never use these, so I kind of feel like it would be fun to make his house like a little bit cold. There we go. And the bath. Just for you, buddy. But thank you for being here. I hope you've enjoyed. If the stars are out, go looking for me. I hope you have one rest of your day, night, whatever time zone it is. This is Fang's new house. I think it's different to the other ones I've done. If you want to see the others I've done, you haven't already. They are in the playlist, but with my webcam, because it's pre-PNGtuber. We still have... who do we still have to go in this long-running series at this point? We've done Rod. So we've done the whole right side now. So we've done Rod, we've done Mitzi, we've done Molly. Who's the other one? Rod, Mitzi, Molly. Oh, Renee. And now Fang. And Whitney. I did. I don't remember if hers was on video or not, but maybe I'd give it a little refresh, but nothing video worthy. So we have left Eon, Marshall, Audie, and Cube. So I'm not quite sure how we want to. Should we go top to bottom again? Or do we want to go bottom to top? Maybe I'll go by who I'm inspired by to do next. So we will either be doing Marshall or we'll be doing Cube. If you have like one of those you prefer to see, let me know. Because I feel like Marshall's is again going to be more what you'd expect from like a normal home. It's going to be more like cozy cafe type thing because he wanted to run a cafe and he's my little marshmallow. I want to get the marshmallow stool in there somewhere. That's kind of the only idea I have. Whereas Cube, I think is going to be very different. Honestly, personally, I think I'm more inclined to Cube because I think the past two houses have been like fairly normal. Whereas if you look back at Rod and his pirate themed house, I think I want to do something a little wacky. And I think Cube is going to be a little more on the like toys and games and color and fun. So I'm leaning towards doing Cube next. For a little change of pace. But if there's a preference you have, or a favorite villager you have, my villagers, do let me know. But as I was saying, go looking for me. I hope you have a wonderful day, night, whatever time it is. If you need to eat, drink, take your meds, as you mind to do so. Thank you for being here. I hope you've enjoyed this extra long decoration at this point. You were wonderful as always. Thank you for spending time with me. It means so very much. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for staying around this long. I know it. I don't even know what I talked about. I feel like I was fairly game focused this time. Sometimes these turn into like just chatty ones, but I appreciate your time.